Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you, and hopefully you will be encouraged and like our story. And also, thank you for all the ones that's following us, subscribers, and the ones that's been following us and viewing us. So I'm just gonna be doing solo today. I'm gonna continue on with the story that we left off on our last video. And I just wanna say this again. If you're new, I recommend you view our my introduction video that I did, and watch the introduction video. You understand the purpose of the channel and understand our story, the beginning and everything, and then you'll be able to understand and start to follow through as we go on our journey. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, now when we left off on the last video, I was in a doctor's office. He did that scope and check everything, and then he told me that it was not good news, and he asked me if I needed to call my wife or someone that he can talk and tell me what was going on. And I told him, no, I don't have anyone. Just tell me. I didn't want to call my wife. I just wanted to know what was wrong with me. So he finally said, you know what, you have cancer. And when he said that, I started to smile. I had that smile, but at the same time, I was kind of like still, dozing off like that. And I smiled at him, and he said, why are you smiling? This is serious. And I said, well, the reason why I smiled, it was because I finally got to know what was wrong with me. Finally found out what was wrong, what was that pain all this time, because I've been going to ER and doing checkup, and I was told that nothing was wrong, and that was it. So when he told me this, I smiled because I finally found out, and now I know what was wrong. And knowing what was wrong, now something can be done. So we sat there for a little bit. We just talked, and he said, now I gotta schedule an appointment with you to see a cancer doctor. I don't know the technical name for that doctor, but you have to see a cancer doctor. And I said, okay, right. So that day, I went home. And I was happy. I was smiling. I just drove, and I went home. My wife and my kids was at home. Just a little throwback on the story of how I knew about this. Okay, and the story was that when I was growing up back home, I was doing okay all the way up to sixth grade. I was healthy. I was, everything was good in intermediate. And then right when I hit eighth grade, I started feeling those pains, stomach pains. I started going through that phase of like, stomach pain off and on. But mind you, back home, we don't go to the hospital right away. There's always family remedies like homemade remedies for pain. So my mom would would take me to people that she knows that, you know, do massage, stomach massage, or give um, uh, homemade medicines, homemade from the leaves and all those things. So I was going through that phase, you know, off and on with a stomach pain, off and on, and all like that. Then when I got to high school, uh, I started uh, I started drinking. Started drinking alcohol. High school, started smoking cigarettes. Started doing all this stuff, smoking marijuana and all this. I started doing that from high school, ninth grade, all the way up to senior, and I was still having that problem. So now at this point now it got worse and worse. So I got taken to the hospital in Samoa, and I was told, you know, everything is okay, just take this medication and all that stuff. So then fast forward 1983, my dad passed away, and then I was sent off to live with my one of my brothers that was in the military and based off in Hawaii. At this point, I was, you know, probably like maybe 19, because I graduated 1981, and then this is 1983 now. So I went, stayed with my brother in Hawaii. Then he took me to the hospital, to all my checkups, and then they found out that I had ulcers. That was my problem back then, ulcers. But it was never diagnosed when I was kept going to the hospital in Samoa, and that's why every time, you know, you drink that remedy medication from, you know, from the leaves and all those stuff, like homemade medicine. That's how we was back home in our country. So finally, when did all that appointment, and I was told I have that's what I have. I have ulcer, and this one was really bad. So okay, right on. So then started taking medication. This was 1983, taking medication and started feeling better, feeling good. The pain went away, and started gaining weight and feeling better. And then guess what? Fall right back to drinking and smoking again. So I started doing that. Stopped taking my medication, and I have like every few weeks I would go back and do a checkup. And within those 2 weeks, I was supposed to take my medicine. So first week I started taking it, and it was okay. Then after it started getting better, I went back drinking. And then when I went back to my checkup, check, and they say, okay, you know, it's still there, but you're taking your medication. So continue to take your medication. Come back within. Now they push back like 3 weeks. Now you gotta go back. So I come back home. Maybe once a week I would take medication. I was supposed to take it every day. Maybe once a week, or when I feel like it, I would take it. But now you know, only because I don't feel no pain now, and I feel good. So still drinking now, back to drinking, back to smoking, all that stuff. After 3 weeks, went back to the doctor, did that checkup again, and told me, you know what, it's still there. That's strange, because you're supposed to. Are you taking your medication? I lied. He said, yes, I'm taking it. Oh, okay, that's strange, because it's supposed to heal already. You know what? Let's increase the dose, and make. Now he prescribed more stronger medication and a different type of medication. Or they should do it. Okay, come back in. Come back in a month. All right. So go through that whole phase again, not taking anything. Went back to the doctor, check up again, and still there. And then this is what he said: are you sure you're taking your medicines? I said, yes, I'm taking my medicine. You need to take your medicine, because I'm afraid that this might turn into cancer. That's what he told me. And this was now 1984. After that, I completely stopped going back and see the doctor, but now I continue doing the drinking and all that stuff, you know. 1985, 86, I got saved. I went to church, and then I stopped drinking already. When I met my wife, now I stopped drinking, everything. Now, fast forward to a story now at this point. When the doctor told me that I had cancer, I had flashback. Wow, this is what the doctor told me back then. If you don't take care of this and drink your medication, it'll turn into a cancer. And now this is what happened. It was cancer of the stomach. Okay, so now I went home. My wife talked story and said, "Yeah, I told her the story," and she was shocked. She was like, "What cancer?" But in my mind, it was not. It was, I don't know why, but my mind didn't register the seriousness of cancer. I was just glad that I found out what was wrong with me. Okay, okay. So waited for that appointment to go see the cancer doctor. Scheduled appointment in 2 weeks. I went back. I went, and then we sat down, and so when he did the scope, he took he took biopsy, right? And those were evaluated. Now when I went back to see the cancer doctor, then he was saying that, you know what, you got cancer, lymphoma. It was a lymphoma. But he said that's very strange because lymphoma usually don't uh, hit the stomach. It would be like bone marrow and somewhere else, but not the stomach. It was very strange. So then he told me that he told me what we were gonna do, and then he told me that, okay, we're gonna start off with chemotherapy. I heard about chemotherapy, but I didn't know what it was. I never seen that before, and I don't know how that looked like, chemotherapy, right? So then we scheduled an appointment for me to come back, and then we're gonna start that procedure, okay? And this is another 2 weeks. So went back home, uh, go through the whole thing. Now in the process of all these things, when when I was going through this phase of pain and stuff like that, my wife have to deal with the kids, and my whole attitude starts to change. Started to get angry, to get irritated so easily, even with my kids. My kids got scared of me, and because I was going through all this stuff, all the pain, no appetite most of the time. I got so tired. There's no energy to get up and do anything. I was just like gonna either in a room just sleep or just lie down. No energy to do anything. My wife tried to, you know, have me go outside and play with the kids and do things with the kids, and I would just, just shut everybody off, shut everybody out. And that phase that I went through, I think it was because of, well, I know it was because of what I was going through. I was just fighting that pain. And I felt like I was just doing it myself, but my wife was trying to help me. And so now she has to deal with me, and she has to deal with our kids. And now at this point, I'm just waiting to go and see the doctor. And then so now my second visit, I went to the doctor, and then we sat down, and then he told me, okay, we're gonna start your treatment now, and the treatment is like you do one treatment today, and it's gonna be like on 3 weeks you go back. So he was telling me all this stuff, and I didn't know what chemotherapy was. So he said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Yes, I'm ready." So I'm actually waiting to see what it is. And then so what he did, he poked my arm, did the IV, he put the line and stuff like that. Sitting on the chair and all that stuff, and then he said, "You know what? Normally the chemotherapy is supposed to. I Obviously I didn't know. All right, so he was just explaining to me because at that time they were remodeling the the part of the hospital where they do the chemo treatment. They were remodeling that part. So now if you want to wait, uh, we can wait for that time. But if you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to wait, you can just do it. We can do it right now here at the office. I didn't want to wait, man. I just want to start doing these things. And so I said, no, I don't want to wait. We'll do it. Okay. He said, okay. Now he did the IV, he did the line and everything like that. And then he said, okay, wait here. Let me go bring this up. So when he went in the back, I was just actually waiting like, okay, what is it? How, and then like maybe within a few minutes, he came out. He came out with like five syringe, those bottle syringe, but this thick, five of them. He was holding three and two like that, and there's liquids inside. And then he came, he sat down, he put that on the table. He said, okay, then I go, oh, what did he said? This is the medication. This is the chemotherapy. We're going to do the chemo thing. I go, oh, okay. So then he just hook it up on the line that he did on my arm. He said, okay, you're gonna feel nauseous. You're gonna feel like throwing up, but that's okay. You're gonna feel dizzy and you're gonna feel yucky because you're gonna taste the medicine. Okay. And I said, all right, okay, I'll do it. So you know how they do when they draw blood? Yeah, that's how this procedure was going on. But this time he's putting the medicine in, putting it. So he grabbed my arm, put it on the table, and then he just, stick the thing, and then he just shoot it in, and I can see the medicine just going in, and then I can feel it warm on my vein, and then all of a sudden I can feel like in my throat, I can taste it going in, and then all of a sudden this is how I was like that. I just went back like that, going like that, and he's going to go. He go, "Are you okay?" I say, "Yes, I'm okay." So he pull it out, and then the next one continue going in, and then I started feeling like, oh man, I feel like I want to throw up. And then did the other one, got the last one, everything in, and then I just sat there like this, put my head back like this, and I sat there, and I could taste the medicine, and then I started feeling nauseous, just sitting there, just taking it all in. Wow, this is chemotherapy. I didn't know how it looks. I didn't know what. All I know the word chemo. I haven't seen or met anyone that had. I knew of family member that I heard of that had cancer, and then, they pass away, but I've never seen them go through this. And I heard about chemo, like, yeah, they do the chemo treatment, or they do the um, what is that other one? Uh, ra- the word now I forget. Um, so anyway, uh, I was sitting there. I was sitting there like that. You go, okay, take your time. How did you come? Somebody drove you? No, I drove myself. You go, okay, just take your time and relax when you're ready. So I just relaxed, and he started explaining to me things moving forward and letting me know when the next one was gonna be. And this is what he said before I left. He said, so when you go home tonight, you feel any pain, you feel anything like out of the ordinary, whatever, and when you go to the restroom to use the restroom, and you see blood, rush to the ER. And I'm closing my eyes and open up, and he's talking to me. He's telling me all this instruction. He said, rush to the ER. Don't wait. If you see those uh, clouds of blood, I go, oh, why is that? Then he said, your whole stomach, it's all, the cancer spread all around your stomach, all over inside. It's like rash. If you can picture outside, it's like rash or burn, whatever. It's all in your stomach lining. So we don't know how deep it is. But if you see those blood clots, that's your stomach. Your stomach just fell apart and it came out. Wow. So I said, oh, okay. And then by this time, it will be like maybe 10, 15 minutes already. And now I started feeling better. And so I stood up and, we shake hands, and then I walk out the door. And this is where we're going to leave off. So that's my story. Story of going through this whole process. Story of, the things that had happened to me. But I thank God that I am here today and saying this story. I know a lot of people that went through, that had cancer, that, didn't make it. But I just thank God that I'm here. And I'm going to continue on with the next video, continue the process of my journey through this thing, because it was not easy. All right. So I'm going to leave it up right here. Please continue to follow the story and continue to watch and hang in there. Whatever you are going through, whatever circumstances that is coming your way, those are just things that are just, hitting you right now. But I want to encourage you to just stay strong, stay focused, and just take it one day at a time. And that's what, I'm just telling my story to encourage anyone, not just sickness, but relationship wise, with husband and wife, relationship with your kids at work or whatever it may be, or a family member, things we go through in this life. Just hang in there and be encouraged. God will always make a way. All right. So please subscribe and like this channel, and I'll see you next time.